love is the cure. Love is so pure. Love is the cure. Love is so pure. Love is the cure. Love is so pure. Namyo Horingekyo. Namyo Horingekyo. So today was a great day, filled with ups, downs, lefts, and rights. Mushroom coffee, green tea. Cheers. This card that I showed you for the native healing, native heart healing, native heart healing oracle. See that sacred geometry? And then the 6 stars over there. So, the month of December, we've been on this tour, right? The Griot Tour. I love war and I love peace. I move it. I move myself. Move. LUV, right? LUV. And we've spoken at faith-based organization. Did some online interviews. Opened our Akashic channels, and we put ourselves in position to be ready for the coming days. Like the next 3 weeks to 3 years is going to be crazy. So this tour, today we spoke at City Hall, Newark City Hall, right? And as we was coming in, Mayor Ross Baraka was walking out. Beloved, dapped up, Kiolo Dumade Agibio. In that, we got to hear the people. We went there to hold sacred ceremony. Our tour is about, like, it's wartime. It's a spiritual wartime. It's spiritual war, right? Hey, what up? I know. Much love to that. Thanks for the comment. Comment, like this video, man. Like this video. If you fuck with how we feel, look, like the video. You just came in. We're gonna read this card towards the end of this video, but we're sharing y'all and updating y'all on our tour. Like we tour, and you tour your city first, right? And then you tour your region, and then you tour the nation, right? So I've been touring for about a decade now. So I was born here in Newark, New Jersey, and part of a griot, right? We tell stories. So I tell stories about my grandpa. Yo, 10 people in here, I appreciate it. Like the videos, share it. My grandfather is Nation of Islam, Nigerian roots. So, oh yeah, Olafia, Ashe, yeah. Oh yeah, Oshona, making a way, yeah. Oh yeah, Ayemiya, and Auntie Renee, yeah, we love you today. That's some mushroom coffee, right? Fuck with the art. So, right there, what I just did, that was a prayer in Yoruba, right? And we called in my Auntie Renee. We also called in Oya, who is the Orisha of the storms, the Orisha of the dead, the Orisha of the cemetery, the Orisha of the warriors, right? And the Orisha is just like a deity, a god that embodies the both positive, negative, and neutral, right? And all the way from Alaska, peace and blessings to you, our leaves. And like when we do that, wherever we do it, wherever there's a mic, wherever there's a platform, wherever there's a camera, we hold sacred ceremony. So since December 8th, there you go. So look, I love war and peace. Spiritual war is fought a little bit different. It's not fought with guns, right? So 12-12, 12-12 portal, 10-10 portal, 11-11 portal. These are portals. These are portals where the numbers and the planets, they line up to a certain space. We in the midst of the 3 days of darkness coming up for the winter solstice, right? And this is when the sun is at its lowest point, right? So December kicked off our apocalypse tour. And apocalypse means revealing, right? So we go to the spiritual leaders, we go to the who's that? Civil servants, i.e. your local mayors and what else? Your local mayors and your city councilmen. So we went to Triumph Church was the first stopping location, and then the second stopping location was Equal Space. We are Equal Space is a diverse group of co-op workspace, melanated owned, diversely run. And then today, well, yesterday, we had our second city council meeting, and I spoke forth, and I did libations. We poured out for the homies, right? Anybody know what libations is? So libations is where you pour it out. I ain't gonna pour it out. Yeah. So libations is when you pour it out, and then you say the name of your ancestor, Josito Morgano, and then you say Ashe. Renee Morgano, Ashe. So that's libations, right? And then when you drink it, that's hibations. And then when a libation plus a hibation equal to vibrations. So we called in the ancestors. We called in the ancestors of the city council president. His mom just transitioned to be an ancestor. So we made sure we showed love of Mary Baraka, who's a former Black Panther, dope ass ancestor. We called them in as well. And we gave a heads up to the Roundtrees, the Crumps, the council, all these people, because the council team, right, they act as a barrier between the mayor and the senators and the governor and the people. But this city, right, Newark, New Jersey, ooh, gentrification at a highest level, houselessness at a high level, right? Peace and balance to you, Gary. Here we go. And in that, so we pulled up, we did a live. If y'all not following us on Facebook, definitely check us out on Facebook. We did a live from there. And when we called in the ancestors, the whole purpose was to care for the children. So the children, the families, the houseless community, the mentally able community, the veteran community, the elder community, the LGBT community, queer community, right? These are the communities that I represent because I fall in those categories. And after we did our libations, this was our first time speaking at City Council in Newark, New Jersey. 5 minutes to speak. We did our ceremony, and I gave myself a seat. But like being 83% water and emotions are energy in motion, right? We had got there like an hour early, engaged with the area. My partner, they sang, they toned, they used some of the ideas and mantras that we taught them. For those that stay around, you'll get to hear what this earth, this heart chakra, native heart healing deck is all about. But us getting there early, and we did what we did, and there were certain things that I wanted to say. One of the things is, what's the difference between a pimp, a pastor, and a politician? I didn't say that. And the reason, because after I did libations, when I drink it and do the hibations, what happens is, whatever I thought I was going to say, Spirit is going to say it for me. So when I say the energy moves in motion, like most of the people that represents the people, most of the people, they're angry, they're mad, they're frightened, they're fearful, like, and they have to be able to express it. So 25 people get to express themselves, and out of the 25 people, over half of them were frustrated. A couple of them were houseless. People have been fighting to save their house and save their community. And like the takeaway I got from any city council meeting is that all I gotta say is that they don't really care about us. K. Dot said they not like us. They not like us. They not like us. But my energy that I pushed out, it allowed there to be some levity. Like, I've been to city council meetings before where I didn't speak, and I just hear people, and then frustrations and emotions go. Because this is the several days before the winter solstice, my goal was to set off and open up a portal so that when we go to the city council meeting next year, we're gonna, on January, we want to ask them, what's the difference between a pimp, a pastor, and a politician? And what's the similarities? Because when you throw that word pimp in, right? Because they all pushing P's, they all pushing their purpose, they all pushing their passions, they all pushing their power, right? They all pushing that. But their intentions and integrity, the morals that they have, those things, do they really care about people? Like, I'm gonna be 1000%, right? I told you the people I care about. And even then, I take it another level, I care about the metas. I care about those that know the DNA is being activated. I care about those that know that the 2020 pandemic was a setup. I care about those that have awareness. So we set our anchor in the ground, and the libations, and when I say Oya, and she's the goddess of the wars and the cemeteries, and then our called in ancestors, what we did was set a spell. We did a spell. Called in my grandpa, who was a witch doctor. Called in my great grandma, who was a economic guru. She made dolls. She owned property in the 60s and 70s. Like, this is the thing. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew that I had to do it. So usually after I do my thing, from open mics to speaking engagements to pulling up at networking events to today, this is my first city council meeting that I spoke at. And it's not going to be the last, because the city of Newark, just like any major cities on the East Coast, West Coast, down South, they're going through major gentrification, major renaissance, major houselessness. And look, I did this ceremony like a couple days after we had all these mass shootings. All this crazy shit is happening, and I was hard on myself. Every time I get off of the mic, every time you forgot the difference between the pimp and the pastor and the politicians? It's their intentions, and are they true to their word? And this is a book called Celestine Prophecies, and the 10th Insights, the 9th Insights, the 12th Insights. Celestine Prophecies by James Redfield is a great fucking source of knowledge. And I gave myself like a C+, right? Because there was things that I wanted to say and do that I didn't do. There was intentions that I wanted to go out and do, but as I get up there, I just speak from the heart. And money, power, status, and pleasure. Money, power, status, and pleasure is what the capitalistic, Zionistic, imperialistic society feeds off of. And so I gave everybody notice. That's all we was doing. We was giving all of those people that's just in those council seats notice. We called out their ancestors. We called out our ancestors. We told them a little bit about us, because we was born and raised in Newark, New Jersey. And in that, we left in 2002, came back in 2018, and been like living here since 2023. Yeah, 2023 we've been living here. And the council members that's on the board now, a lot of them all within the past couple years. The current mayor, Raj J. Barak, he's making his way towards trying to run for governor, but it's really a money flex. And in that, right, no one's holding them accountable. Because shit rolls downhill. That's what I learned. Shit rolls downhill. So we spoke our piece, we called in the ancestors, we ignited and opened the portal, we tapped niggas on the back, but letting them know that y'all could speak y'all shit. Have intent. What my partner stated at the end of it was that they can't really do shit for all the people talking. They haven't been able to really help the houseless people. Like a lot of people, like a lot of big cities, right, are really focused on grabbing as much of the money as possible and spreading the gap between the have and the have-nots and siphoning away the middle class. So afterwards, I was frustrated. I felt the energy. The past couple of days I've been preparing for this, and I've been feeling real dense. And afterwards, because we raised the vibrations, we gave the high vibrating sounds, we took some of that anger with us. We left out a little bit early. We had our children with us, and when they were riding on the bus with us back, like, when someone's possessed by the emotions, it's always good to take a breath. It's always amazing to take that breath. Because I have 10 children. We had 2 children with us there, and the oldest of our children that was there with us was Imani, and Imani was tired, and Imani wanted to splash in the puddles, and Imani was feeling the energy too. And we got on the bus, and Imani didn't get to splash the puddle, and they went ham. I mean, completely ham. And it because after holding those spaces and holding sacred ceremony, if you don't drink a bunch of water, if you don't ground yourself, put your feet to the ground, your irritability factor is all the way through the roof because your emotional bank is depleted. Anybody you looked at, you touched, you engaged with, they all have exchanged energy. So Imani was going off, and like I felt the sounds from the council members' ancestors. And me and my partner, we come from 2 different cultures, 2 different galaxies and planets, and what happens with this, a lot of the inner cities, is that they systematically destroy the family structure. And we almost got it, we actually did get into a disagreement and debate because I wanted to distract or soothe our child with YouTube for kids, so that I can take some breaths and breathe. But my partner is like, nah, I don't want to distract the child with I don't want them to become codependent on the technology, this, that, and the third. The technology ain't going anywhere. When you learn how to be intentional with your technology, the codependency won't be there. But we're still ironing that conversation out. And they stood firm on their shit. They held Imani. I had my youngest on my chest, and they weren't crying, but Imani was going off on the bus. Everybody on the bus, right? So the thing about being on a bus, public transportation, and you got a child that's crying, like, you feel all of the energy of everybody's demons, their angels, their mishaps, their tiredness, and it's all coming your way. So I wanted to distract the child so that we can be chill and cool, and they weren't having it. So got back, they ran us a bath, and aloe vera, salt, enjoyed the bath, did some breath work, a lot of yamming, yam, ram, lam, a lot of toning. But I felt good because spiritual war is always happening. There's 24 hours in a day that transitions to 1,440 minutes, which translates to 86,400 seconds, right? So every moment you have an opportunity to elevate the situation or decrease the situation. You have an opportunity to sow and pour in, or you have an opportunity to steal and drain, right? So the goal is to be 51% where you're elevating or positive or neutral, and 49% where you're taking or depleting or being negative, right? Negative or neutral. And when you get that, percentage of those 86,000 seconds, 86,400 seconds, 1,440 minutes, you become balanced. And this world is not about being fucking rainbows and sunshines. It's about being balanced in your authentic soul song. And you get balance, right? Guess where you get balance, right? You get balance by becoming aware of the situation. My partner and I, shout out to AX, we've been aligned for about 3 years now, and it's been a roller coaster. It's been an up and down hill, and I'm grateful because like it ain't always pretty, but we get through it. I'm a pimp by blood, not relation. Y'all be chasing, I replace them. And I'm really focused on solidifying foundations to share that families matter. And it's not the families just faking the funk. Families being real. And that was a very real moment. We had some very real conversations. We had some very real arguments. And next month, I'm going back to City Hall. I'm going back by myself this time, just to gauge the energies and move accordingly. But yesterday was the third stop on the Griot Tour, and my partner and I like we got some major things happening for 2025 in the form of Celestine prophecies, in the form of spiritual awakening, in the form of surety jurisprudence, correcting the status, becoming politician proof, becoming draft proof, and really allowing authentic LUV, which is living universal values, or authentic love to be in your everyday moments. And a lot of people think love is just about the sweet nothings and the positive. No, like, you love somebody enough to tell them some real shit without the malice intent. Or if you're just doing malice intent, because me personally, like, I'm a brat, bro. I'm a spoil you. Listen, I'm king. I'm a spoil you brat. And in that spoil you bratness and royaltiness, right, I have to learn to not talk all the time. So after we had our disagreement on the bus, we were able to come back home. I closed myself in the room. I rolled up a cigarette and mint and rose petal spliff and olive oil salt bath that they ran for me, and then cold shower. These are things that neutralize other people's emotions off of you, wash the energies off of you, and you're back to who you are. My partner breastfeeds, so she's breastfeeding both of the children. She ran the bath. They ran the bath for me. They could have gotten the bath, but they allowed me to be in it, and they're actually laying down and sleep now. And you don't have to defend your point of view. And when you start to defend your point of view, you lose the intuition that guides you to just alternate sounds. So after every mission or after every tour, you gotta have a debrief. And because we had our children with us, we take our children everywhere. There was no real debrief. There was no real debrief. Ooh, Carrie Shell going in. There was no real debrief because we took in a lot of energies from the community. So that was our community service. We stayed in there we got there at 5:30 and we left about 9:30. So it was about 3 or 4 hours of us being there. We did circles. Like I said, we highlighted ancestors. We invited people to the city council meeting, which was awesome. Shout out to 11 for coming through. And being able to hold sacred space and give a different sound or a different POV is everything. I don't think they had anybody come in there and do libations before. And we did libations, which was awesome. The ancestors appreciated that. Like, I feel them now. Like, I'm debriefing right now. And we really didn't get a chance to debrief earlier. But after I got out of the tub, we made sure that we had like somewhat of a debrief. I gave myself a C. I'm good on y'all being there next time. I want to see how it is without the children there. so that I can stay a little bit longer, and then also I can continue to do my spiritual war. So after the debrief, I engaged with my daughter, right? And I was like, man, you did so well. You didn't do no crying. And my pettiness was comparing her to Imani, who went off on a bus, was crying at City Hall. But they were crying partially because they were tired and they was dealing with the emotions, but also because mom took the technology away. So it's like we have this big disagreement about technology and how often the children should keep the technology, but that goes into our physical and emotional disagreements and spiritual and verbal disagreements. And that's the thing. When I talk about relationships, a relationship requires a lot of mental, emotional, physical, spiritual labor to it. And she said, you shouldn't compare them. That is bad for their mental health. And I'm just like, you know what? I just want to do this live. I'm done debriefing. I'm cool on that. I just want to do this live so that I can close out the quarter. Because like right now, I'm doing a debrief, the rundown. And I'm doing the positives, the negatives, the neutrals, why I gave myself a C. I gave myself a C because there was things that I wanted to say and I didn't say. There's things that I desired to do that I didn't do. And then I felt like I was stuttering. I wasn't, and I don't think I was stuttering. I felt like I wasn't talking directly into the mic. So we looked at a little bit of the video. We're going to repurpose it and share some share some shorts on here, share some on our Instagram. And if you ain't following us, look in the description to follow some of our Instagrams. And if you're watching this video, you've been watching it for more than 5 or 10 minutes, go ahead and hit that like button. Like and share if you would do us the honor. We appreciate it. Knowing when to walk away in a disagreement, or knowing when to call out Namya Denge Kyos, knowing when to yam, knowing when to hear those sounds in the background, remove blockages and achieve your goals, 396 hertz. Knowing when to pick up a card or a book and read it, right? Knowing when to do some art expression. Like these lives is my expression of art. I'm a griot. See that staff over there? I'm a griot. That means that the griot are the storytellers. I'm telling y'all a story of our last, 48 hours? And then also of this past month, since this is the Apocalypse Tour, and Apocalypse means, again, the Great Reveal. Like, this is what the world needs more of. I love my partner. I do. I love them. I love their zeal. I love their tenacity. I love their intelligence. I love their retardation. We're both autistic. And mental abilities, right? I'm a veteran as well, so I got some PTSD. I'm also a survivor of sexual and physical abuse. Like, when you realize that this stuff happened through you and not to you, you can always find things to love about every situation. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. And gratitude and appreciation is a very high vibration to get towards love. If y'all look at that, right? That's the seed of life. And then 3 and 8 equals 11. And for those that don't know what a heart chakra is, your chakra is Sanskrit for will, so it's an energy center. And we have them in our spine, all over our bodies. And the more you become aware of them, like whenever you get goosebumps, that means you're receiving energy into your energy fields that's allowing you to remember, right? We came here to remember who you are. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you, the 3 people that's in here? When the last time you asked yourself, who are you? And then where you're going? Because most people think they're their name. Most people think they're their body, right? So I know that I'm a multi-dimensional being having a spiritual life stream that happened to be stuck inside this human being. So AKA I'm an alien consciousness. And for all those that are scared of the drones, just know that ET already phoned home and it's not extraterrestrials, but they'll be here soon. This is fear tactics. The ruling oligarch elites in their relationship with their people that they rule over and they suck dry, they don't have any authentic love. The actors and the people that city council, mayors and all that, especially the demon crack party, right? That party is demonic and Draco enforced. So us coming out of that meeting, out of that city council meeting, and then having a disagreement with my partner, and then also being a little frustrated with my child, and it shows the levels of maturity I have to go through and the levels of growth that I'm growing. And I wanted to come on here and do this live to one, confess, to share, to edutain, because like once I read this, right, this heart chakra shit, and then give you some the heart chakra mantra. The heart chakra mantra is YAM, 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 yam. And if you breathe in for 3 seconds, hold it for 6 seconds, and then you release it for 9 seconds. Yam. Yeah, man, how that feel? How that sound? So healing grace, forgiveness, calm passion. These are all things that I need to have to keep reminding yourself. Just imagine that every moment you're getting new downloads, thoughts, new forms of energy, emotion. It's constantly happening. Touching somebody, looking at somebody, getting a notification, that's constantly happening. So you have to constantly calibrate yourself. So as she lights your path with the green healing ray of calm passion, she whispers gently to remind you, I am ready to love unconditionally. Love even though. This card brings you the healing blessing of your heart chakra. Breathe in the limitless love of the universal heart, and in every breath. No, you are perfection. This is the key to healing past hurts and traumas. Grief and the feelings of unworthiness. I know that I'm enough. I love myself. I trust myself. I honor myself. I value me. I respect me. I forgive me. From the moment you choose to start, there are no wrongs, only experiences. From the moment you choose to start living each moment via the love that you are, the miracle of healing begins. To transform every cell in your body back to the light that it is. This master healer can also indicate an advanced expansion of the heart. Be open to a grand opening of your higher heart as it shifts to the even deeper level of love. So there's you got 7 hearts and 7 eyes, right? Just like a fucking flyer beat. But they're non-physical heart spaces. As with all healing, forgiveness through love is the only way forward. You are love. If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. You have to have compassion for yourself. I give myself tons of compassion daily, and that shit will piss people off. When you know that you're a divine asshole giving yourself compassion, when you know you need a smack on your wrist. The world is already punishing wish me enough. It's cool though. I love me. Narcissism and all. Spiritual intuition and all, baby. Emerald green ray, the silver ray, the golden ray. So these are the rays of light that you can think about while you're taking in this card. I am Ho'opono. Ho'opono. No. This is a native. These cards were created by native and indigenous. High heart chakra and compassion. The beautiful heart chakra is the master healer. As a reflection of your infinite self, your divine I am. It is the awakening of the deep memory that you have everything you need to heal already. It is already within you. The heart chakra card can be placed upon your body. Anyway, so like the dope thing about this, right? Because I got a chakra inside of me, right? And then I place this right here. As the energy goes out of me, and if I imagine, and then I add that yam to it, yam, drop down to my solar plex, yam. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the flyest of them all? Know that you are already complete. And this was a great video. 369. Damn, she fine. I'm gonna give it to you, baby, one more time. Get low, get low, get low. To the window, to the wall, to the sweat drip down my balls. All is it's just